Steel boots stomping, crashing the floor. Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
What up, everybody? Good afternoon. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 913 of the Two Dum Yinzers. I want to say to everybody this afternoon, welcome back. Welcome back. Glad to see everybody today. Michael, how are you doing, man?
I am awesome, sir. I'm just so happy to be here another day with you and all of our Yinzer Nation, Steeler Nation, the Terrible Board, all of our friends. I'm ready to go.
Glad to see everybody this morning. I got to be honest with you. I'm super excited, Mike. I'm really excited about what's going on with our draft department. We did assemble a team over vacation that's going to be primarily handling the draft, and they're going to be moving in here real soon. We'll make a bigger announcement about it at the end of the week. But I got to be honest with you. These two gentlemen that are doing it are very knowledgeable. We have a group chat set up for them, and they must have texted each other about 600 times so far. And I'm thrilled because these guys, they really know their shit. They're really on top of it. I can't wait to see what they can put together, Mike. That's coming real soon.
Yeah.
And after the draft, they will continue to stay on with us in other capacities. But very, very excited to see what these guys got to say about the draft coming up in less than 2 months. Less than 2 months from today, Mike, the draft will be.
It's right around the corner. Everyone's up in Indy this week for the combine, and that draft group chat. I think it was like 600 messages just today. I went in to answer a tech question, and next thing I know, my lord, I'm getting roped into actual draft talk. I'm like, no, I'm out.
And I love it because I'm not necessarily a draft guy.
Yeah.
I don't dislike it. I'm not knowledgeable.
Yeah.
It's just there's so much speculation leading up to it. Drives me crazy. There's no cemented way to think about things building up to the draft. It just kind of plays out the way that it does.
Yeah.
People make their mocks. They make 50 of them. And as I said, if you're you make one and one pick goes wrong, it could F up everything else.
Yep.
So again, I'm glad these guys are on it, Mike. I'm super excited to see what they got in store. That'll be coming real soon here on the Two Dum Yinzers. I do want to say welcome back, everybody. This is episode 913 of the Two Dum Yinzers. I'm glad to see everybody today. It's cold here in Pittsburgh, very cold, but it's supposed to be 60 on Saturday. So just hold your breath. It's going to be finally getting back to how it was last week, and then maybe from there, Mike. Since we're being a little bit closer to spring, we'll get away from this 19-degree shit, 11 degrees, whatever it's been. I'm ready for it to be done.
Me too. Like I said, man, I used to love the winter, but the older I get, I'm over it more and more. Like I can do without it.
Absolutely, man. It's more of a burden than anything. Again, when I was a kid and I didn't have responsibilities, you don't give two shits. You go out and you throw some snowballs and you're fine. But you get older and you got to drive and you got to get to work and you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to shovel and you got to scrape and everything. It's just a pain in the ass. But it is what it is, baby. It's Western PA. It's February. Time to move along, and we are, Mike, heading into some good times as far as football goes, as far as the NFL year-round season goes. We have the Combine starting on Thursday. A lot of people are already making their way to Indianapolis to get that underway, Mike. Also, in just a few weeks, we have free agency starting, which is official on March 11th, but the tampering period starts on March 9th. We'll get into that and so much more after the Combine. And then, like, less than 2 months away is the draft right here in Pittsburgh. Super excited. Can't wait to get down there and see everybody. It's going to be a blast this year. Expecting anywhere between 600,000 and 1 million people to be crammed down into the point. It's going to be insane.
It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare.
But then after that, we come home and start preparing because, as I said, the rookies will be at least the number one pick will be on his way to Pittsburgh. He might get here faster than we get home.
I think so.
So a lot of things coming down the pike for the Steelers in this off season. It's a big off season, Mike. I have a lot to talk about today because this morning Omar Khan did give about a 20-minute presser, Combine presser. He talked about a lot of different things. He addressed a lot of things that Steeler Nation might be questioning, and so much more, Mike. We got a lot to get into today. Let me jump on the terrible board, though. I don't want to miss anybody on this Tuesday installment of the show. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to see you guys. Bingo, what's up, dude? Always great seeing the great Bingo Winchester on the board. He says, let's go. Let's get it. Mike, let's get it.
Let's get it. I'm ready to get it. The getting's good.
My man Corey Beavers, I do want to say, go check out Corey. He has a pretty awesome podcast for conspiracy theories right here on YouTube. It's called Don't Drink That. When this show's over, go by and check out all the content that Corey has up. It's pretty amazing. He puts out content like I've never seen. The amount, it's great. Go check out Corey Beavers and Don't Drink That right here on YouTube. Corey says this, hey guys, I hope you got my picture. I found it pretty funny. Ohio must stay drunk.
I got it, and I'm going to share it right now with everyone. Oh my goodness, of course the file would be so big. Oh no, the file's so big. This is great YouTube, Mike.
I was going to say, well, this ain't that funny.
What's funny is watching me struggle here.
Let me continue on the board while you work on that.
Yeah, my bad. I thought I had it all queued up today and everything too.
Tortilla Jackson, all the way from Sacramento, California, says, plaguing Dr. Yinzer. What's up, Tortilla? Always great seeing you, my man. Hope things are well for you in Cali. There it is. There is what Corey said to us. Corey's always sending good content to the show, always makes us laugh. There it is. This team makes me drink. And you see, of course, the Cleveland Browns. I love it. Thank you, Corey. You are the man. And again, go check out Corey's work, dude. If you love conspiracies, you like government things, all that kind of stuff, he has something for you. Believe me. Go check out Don't Drink.
Check it out.
Vinci, what's up, dude? Always great seeing Vinci. He says he'll be in tomorrow. He says Vanilla Thunder from down under. And then Vegas, what's up, dude? It's always great seeing Vegas. Clear out from Vegas. Nice seeing you, my man. Always good seeing you. And then Tortilla says that's a Tater shirt. Keep that picture handy, Mike, because when Tater does roll in this morning, we could show him that shirt and let him know how people really think about that town and that city and that state and everything that goes on over there across the border that we don't want to talk about here on the show. What's going on, Dylan? Great to have you on the show. Dylan Santos, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Terrible Board. Glad to have you. It's Tuesday, everybody. Again, this is episode 913, Mike, just 87 short shows away from the big 1000. We got a lot of things in store. As I said, we did a lot of work over break. There's going to be some things you're going to start to see sprinkled into the show as we continue on. A lot of wheels are in motion, and that's just the beginning, guys, because we are working toward that 1,000th episode, the 5-year plan, guys. That'll be the 5-year anniversary. I'm sorry, will be this summer. We're looking forward to it. We have wheels in motion for that as well. I think you guys are going to love it. It's going to be a lot of fun this year, guys, and that's just the off season. That's not even talking Steelers. We're always going to have our Steelers, baby, and I think next year's going to be a lot of fun. And I think I think maybe Omar Khan might have answered some questions that we may have about this upcoming season. Dylan is sick. That sucks, man. You know what? You know what? I hate being sick. But you know when the worst time to be sick? And listen, I'm not down talking Dylan at all or over one-upping him. I hate being sick in the summer. Isn't that like the worst thing ever?
Yeah.
Because you're not only battling being sick, you're battling summer and it's hot and you're sweaty. And that is one of the worst things in the world is being sick in the middle of the summer. How does that even happen?
Right. I'd rather be sick now, like in the cold, to where I can just chill in my blanket.
Yes. I mean, it's acceptable. In the winter, you can say, okay, well, I caught it from somebody. I caught, you know, but summertime, it's like, how the F did I even get this? How am I sick?
I know, like, it's like in the summer too, especially if it's like a nice day, you're like, oh man, I'd love to like maybe go outside.
Right.
And that's kicking the teeth. Where in the winter, okay, you're already inside. Oh, you'd be sick, hiding under some blankets. But yeah, in the summer's the worst to be sick in.
I don't get it all the time, but I do know when I do get it, I'm very miserable. But I'm glad to see you're here, Dylan. You must be well enough, so we'll take that. But it's all right, he says. So there you go, Dylan Santos. Welcome to the show. Great to have you, my man. We're gonna get into some Steeler talk, of course. GM Omar Khan had a presser this morning, a combine presser. As the combine does roll around this Thursday, it does go the whole way through the weekend, guys. A lot of things going on with the Steelers team, especially this offseason. Like this may be one of the bigger off seasons that I've seen in my life. So I'm very excited about everything that's going to go down over these next 6 months. Of course, you know, we get people that come for the Steelers. They love the action. They love the football, and I get that. But if you do stick around all year, you will, we'll keep you up on everything that goes on to get you to that point. That way you're more aware come September when we kick the ball off. So it's a great time, guys, especially a lot of people do. They come, they stay, and they stick around for the whole offseason. Like, it's been a great ride so far. And again, we want to say thank you to everybody that's been there with us for this ride so far. You guys certainly rock our world. We would not do it without you.
Exactly.
100% amazing. We love all you guys. Let's get into some talk here, Mike. Just to get it out of the way, the Pittsburgh Pirates took their first loss of spring training. That was to the Yankees yesterday. That was 6-2. However, they're going to get their chance to redeem themselves today at 1:05. They do play the Boston Red Sox. So this is their 5th spring training game of the season. Like, they will be kicking off their season before you know it.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. They actually went out and spent wisely in free agency. Not only did they spend a lot of money, they spent a lot of money on guys who still have productive years in front of them. They didn't go out and, like they normally do, get the guys who are 4 years past their prime and giving them a lot of money. They went out and spent guys that are still maybe not at the peak of their powers, but still have some really good baseball left in them, and building around their generational pitcher and building around that really good pitching staff too. So this is going to be a fun year for the Buccos. They might actually carry us literally through to opening day.
You know, you go into these generational guys like Paul Skeens in any sport, Mike. They come and they elevate the whole clubhouse. They elevate the whole franchise. Listen, this team,
Crosby, Ben.
This team has been so stagnant for so long, and a guy like this comes along, and now all of a sudden the owner wants to spend money and they want to build a team around him.
Yeah.
Whenever you get somebody special like this, everybody reacts in a way, and this is what I'm excited about, Mike. Bringing in 3 nice bats, including a couple bats they brought in last year on top of their better bats that they kept. This pitching staff is really it might be one of the best this year. So again, Bucco season, it's going to get me. I don't know about everybody else, but it's going to get me through the springtime, and I'm excited about it. I am excited about it. Let's get back on the board here, and then we're going to get into some Omar Khan, some GM talk this morning. A lot of things exposed, Mike. A lot of questions might be answered. We'll get into that in one moment. I do want to say good morning to the great Mark Malone on the terrible board. Mark says this: make sure to drink plenty of booze. I think that's a recommendation for Dylan.
Mark Malone knows what he's talking about.
Mark Malone knows what he's talking about.
He might not know a lot, but he knows what he's talking about.
He didn't prescribe the spray paint in a plastic bag, so I think you're safe.
That's only for predicting the future.
Yes. Yes. Vegas.
What
Also,
up, Vegas?
Corey says we still talking about the Pirates or TJ in camp. And Angry Birds up there, Dylan Santos, my man. Great to have you, brother. Great to have you. One other thing before we do get started, Mike, on the 28th, today's the 24th, just 4 days from now this weekend, we do have opening at the Cayman Science Center this The Football Town. It is a documentary, I guess that you could call it, at the Science Center that's going to be talking about Western PA, its football roots, its football history, all the great players that came from Western PA, all the people that became Hall of Famers. It's going to be really cool. They're building it up. I guess Pat McAfee will be hosting it. Really good stuff. If you're from town, go check it out. It's going to be here on the 28th at the old Carnegie Science Center, now Cayman Science Center. If you're out of town, maybe you're coming in for the draft in a couple months, do check it out, guys. It's called The Football Town. The Football Town, talking about nowhere else but our Pittsburgh right here, baby. Check it out. Steel Loyal, what's up, dude? You know what, this is in my notes. I was going to talk about this. Steel Loyal says Darnell's expected to sign a 3-year, $24 million extension, $8 million a year. Dylan says this, it was supposed to be Angry Birds, but something happened. Mark Malone, he says, yeah, you got to save those sessions for when it's truly needed. Only so many brain cells to go around. Mark is the man of much wisdom. Take my word, Mark Malone, everybody. Let's get into some Omar Khan talk, Mike. Of course, the presser this morning, it was meant to be about a half hour. He got 20 minutes, a nice 20-minute presser in regarding the combine, regarding the Steelers. A lot of information that did come out of Omar Khan, of course, our GM's mouth. Mike, a little bit to get you started on some Aaron Rodgers talk. A lot of people were often wondering what's going on with our quarterback position. What's going on with Aaron Rodgers? Is he off getting married? Is he skiing? Is he tripping on acid? What's going on with Aaron? This is what Omar Khan said in his 20-minute presser this morning. He says, we would love to have Aaron Rodgers back at quarterback. Mike, he follows it up by saying this. He says, we've been in communication, but there's nothing new to add. We do not expect it. It will not last all the way to June 5th, as it did last year, Mike, but there still is no deadline on the Aaron Rodgers news.
So, I wish there was, but it wouldn't surprise me if they have like multiple contingency plans in place at the quarterback position of what they're going to do. Of like, hey, if he stays, cool, this is what we're going to do. If not, this is what we're going to do. And, they're not married to him for a long-term future. So even if he does come back, I don't think that precludes them from, if they want to draft a quarterback in the first round or someone take a reach on someone in the second and third round, I don't think that's going to stop them from doing it, bringing in Aaron Rodgers back. The only thing I think that would do, if Rodgers comes back and they do take a quarterback in the first 3 rounds, I think that kicks out Mason Rudolph. And then you still have Will Howard on the roster and this new guy. So I don't think it's going to alter their plans a whole hell of a lot of what they're going to do. Maybe salary cap wise, moving some money around, but like Omar Khan's a whiz at that, so that would be no problem there. But I think they have multiple plans in place ready to go if he comes back or not.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's also what's going on, Mike. Also, I do want to say that this is what was said about on the Will Howard front. You know what? Let me give you one more thing that Omar did say about Aaron Rodgers, and then I'll get into Will. Omar Khan says this, there's no deadline. He says, all I can tell you is I don't foresee it going like last year, end quote. Yep. So, as I'm seeing on the board, I see who just put up something about somebody just threw something up about March 1st. Again, we don't know. There is no official deadline on this, but again, they're not expecting it to last long. They're certainly not expecting it to last all the way to June as it did last year, which was absolutely insane. If you ask me my opinion on that, guys. Also, this was said about Will Howard. Will Howard is he's still an unproven commodity, Mike. All options are on the table. And I think, are people thinking too far outside of the box, Mike? Is there realistically maybe 3-4 possibilities at quarterback? Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph, maybe less than 4, because again, Will Howard ain't going to be getting any significant playing time. The guy hasn't taken a snap in the NFL yet, and even if we bring somebody in or draft a Ty Simpson or whatever the case may be, I think it's really minimal, Mike. I think people are going a little bit outside the box with trying to make more out of this than it is. I think the Steelers are content with bringing Aaron Rodgers back, and if that's not the case, I think they're content with taking a route that's already kind of sort of in place.
My feelings like with the quarterback situation, if it's not Aaron Rudolph, it's probably going to be Mason Rudolph, a battle between Will Howard and a first or second round draft pick, or someone like an outside chance of a Malik Willis type guy. I think if it's not Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be one of those scenarios right there. It's just my feeling of the situation. I at this point, if they bring back Aaron Rodgers, like I said, man, I don't want it, but I can see why they would do it. But I'm willing to give Will Howard a chance. I'm willing to take a 2-year flyer on someone like Malik Willis to see what happens because it's not going to kill your franchise by doing either of those. Take it maybe if he slides to the second round, taking Ty Simpson in the second round instead of the first round. That's not going to set your franchise back that far. So there's options that they have, but I think based on Rooney's comments of trying to be competitive, I think get ready, brace yourself for Aaron Rodgers to be your starting quarterback again.
This was also said, Mike. Omar Khan says, quote, we mentioned Aaron, but we will agree that we're looking for the next franchise guy. We're not there yet, and we may have the guy on the roster. We just don't know. And Will Howard, we're excited to work with Will. We all know